Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Welcome to my first ever Q&A video where I'm doing this in a vlog style type. I basically combined all my videos into one video where you come with me and hang out with me for a full day. I share with you my meals for the day, my calories for the day, my workouts for the day. There's a grocery haul in there. There is a grocery shop in there. And I do this all while answering your questions. I like to thank you guys so much for sending in your questions. I like to thank you guys for your support. I guess we'll make this a celebratory Q&A considering I opened up this YouTube channel on February 2020. So it's been 2 years on YouTube. I didn't technically upload a video until May, but we'll just call it 2 years because it's the thought that counts, right? So yeah, I answer your questions on how to get started with building muscle and losing weight. I answer your questions on overcoming binge eating and so much more. Just so you know my background for a bit, if you're new here, my name's Daniela. I'm currently on a journey to lose 100 pounds. This is my progress thus far, and I've done this all with home workouts, and I'm currently powering through, guys. I hit a new low weight today, but you're gonna have to tune in and wait for that video because it's on its way. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Thank you so much. It is a long one. It's the longest video I've ever done, but I hope you enjoy it and I hope you find value in it. So let's jump into the video. All right, so I thought I would kick off this vlog with some questions. So this is gonna be like a Q&A style type of vlog where I'm just gonna combine all my videos in one. I'm gonna share with you what I eat in the day pretty much. I'll share with you what I'm eating today. I'm gonna share with you a workout that I'm doing today, and I'm gonna answer questions along the way. So my lips are dry. Give me a second. All right, it is currently minus 26 degrees Celsius right now. Feels like minus 26 degrees Celsius. I was gonna say it is minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit. That's how cold it is. We had an awesome Chinook earlier this year. Temperatures were in the 10-degree range. That is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That is super warm for us. So I was in a sweater, chilling, and now we are back. People think winters in Calgary are harsh. Yes, they are, but we do get the Chinook. The Chinook brings warm air, thanks to the mountains, from the south. From California. We get some of that California warm air, that Mexico warm air, and it kind of mixes in with our cold air and we get a mediocre temperature, but it's pretty good. Anyway, my butt's on fire because I've got my warmers on, but I'm gonna answer a few questions right now. I got my other phone here, using it as a hotspot with this phone that I'm filming on. I do get questions. I do film on my DSLR. However, when I'm out, I use my iPhone. I think there was a brief period in the last few months where I was using my phone exclusively because the battery on my DSLR died and I didn't want to pay money for a new one. So I got a knockoff battery and it does its job. So, first question from Instagram is, have you considered getting your muscle percentage measured? You look so strong and fit. Well, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Yes, I have considered getting my muscle percentage measured. There are places in Calgary that do it. So perhaps I'll book an appointment or go in there, get it done, and make a vlog out of it. Because I'm curious to know as well. Because when I look at myself in the mirror or when I take photos, I'm like, how am I still over 200 pounds? But it's the way I'm structured. I'm very big boned. My boobs are massive. So themselves are probably like 15 to 20 pounds. And yeah, I just hold weight really well. And when I say really well, it is unhealthily well because I hold it really tight around my organs and my bones. It's really unhealthy to hold that weight. So yeah, I have definitely considered doing that. So perhaps I will definitely make a vlog out of it. And considering I want to get into bodybuilding, that is something I have to get accustomed to. Next question from Instagram. Do you still see a naturopath for your health/pain issues? Yes, I do. I actually see a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. They're very similar to a naturopath. She gives me a lot of traditional Chinese herbs. I'm taking this thing called Shayao herbs. They helped cleanse my liver and keep me flowing. It's supposed to help with my period because I have issues with it. Now, I have not seen her this year, and I should, considering my insurance restarted. I'm going to book an appointment today. I'm holding myself to it. I'm going to go back home and journal, and I'm going to put it in my journal. I am going to book an appointment today with my TCM because my period's late. And I'm holding on to a lot of water right now. I'm not in a lot of pain, and the mental symptoms are gone, but I don't know. I think my period tends to be late when I push it hard in the gym. Like this past couple weeks, I went really low in calories, and I also went really hard on the weights. I got my 30-pound dumbbell and I got excited and I wanted to use it. This week, I'm taking it a little steady. I'm going to use my 20-pound dumbbells just to get my body deloading a bit, because I was feeling it. I was in tons of pain, but I did some manual manipulation on myself, did some pelvic floor physiotherapy with my wand. I won't go into too many details, but if you have pelvic floor issues, then you know. So yeah, definitely will be seeing her very soon, because she really helps sort out my PMDD issues, and she helps balance out my hormones. I don't know what she does, but she got into becoming a TCM because she had severe issues with her period. So pretty cool to have someone like that. Next question is from YouTube. This question is, have you ever considered getting adjustable dumbbells? This question was asked in one of my videos, and I told them I'll just put it in the Q&A. Yes, I have used adjustable dumbbells in the past. I'm not a fan of them. In my earlier workout videos that I'll show you here, I used these ones. They were 15 pounds. I'm not a fan of them because one day I was adjusting them and I got a piece of metal in my skin and it freaked me out. And two, they weren't really sturdy. The thing about adjustable dumbbells is that you have to take the time to adjust them. So when I'm in the middle of a set where time is crucial and I need to get in a strict rest period so I can get in that time under tension, then it makes it difficult to have adjustable dumbbells. So what ended up happening with my adjustable dumbbells is that I just set it at 15 pounds and then I bought other non-adjustable dumbbells around them. So it became pretty much a normal dumbbell, but I'm not a fan of them because they're not secure, and I don't want a plate in my face. I'm sure there's good brands out there. I got mine cheaply on Amazon when I first started weightlifting way back in the beginning of my journey. But yeah, but if you're starting, they're a great tool. But where I'm at in my fitness journey, I need just straight up dumbbells. Anyway, the car is frosting. I am going to head to Walmart and grab some things. I might grab some vegetables because I want to cook something fancy today in terms of vegetables. I have some zucchini sitting in the fridge, so I need some mushrooms and tomatoes with that because I want to show you guys a really cool what I eat in a day / workout vlog. So yeah, anyway, let's head there and to Starbucks. I need an espresso, my Americano. So I'll see you guys. Alright, I'm back home. As you guys saw, I made some cream of wheat. I'm gonna have that before my workout because today is a leg day and I've been noticing I'm getting gassed out because I'm pushing myself further in the weights and in the weightlifting division. So it's really, really hard to work out fasted now for certain workouts. Upper body, I can do it, but just when it's leg day, I'm just using way too much muscle fibers. I'm using the biggest muscles in my body and I'm pushing myself. So I need something to get me through. So I'm currently making some cream of wheat. While I do that, I'm going to answer a question. This question is, what are your professional plans for the future? Do you want to go back to work in the trades or do you want to do something else? This is a question that I've been heavily thinking about. This is a subject that I've been heavily thinking about and my family has been thinking about, and I've been discussing it with my therapist. I love the trades. I enjoy working with my hands, being on my feet. But with that being said, what I've learned with the trades is that the work is not consistent. When winter comes around, things shut down and companies tend to keep employees that, either they really, really like, or maybe an employee made really great friends with someone's higher up in the company or someone's family higher up in the company, or they'll keep you because you're young, certain things like that. Like I've noticed that, like I have two friends or a girl that I know of. One girl, she worked for 3 different companies while in the last year, while going through the trades, and then she ended up getting laid off and she went to school. Another girl who's a dear friend of mine, she ended up working for a very good company. They gave her a bunch of equipment, treated her well and the whole lot, but she ended up getting laid off. And I was really surprised that she ended up getting laid off as well, because like her company seemed so cool. So with that being said, I don't like that inconsistency. I really don't. However, my hubby invested so much into it. Like, he paid for my driver's license. He had to go into debt to pay for daycare so I can go work full time. And there's benefits to it. So this is what's happening with my family. Oh no. When you're boiling milk, be careful. I thought it was just a cow's milk thing, but it's an almond milk thing. Anyway, going back to the question. This is what my family has arranged. I will probably start looking for jobs and re-entering the trades come April, unless things pan out for me. And what are those things? Doing YouTube full time. I really want to be able to create my business and grow it. I've been on this entrepreneurial journey for a while. I started off with doing Beachbody. Someone introduced me to the whole MLM thing. I was not a fan of it, dropped it, not interested in doing that. And I've just seen a lot of malpractices within the Beachbody community when it comes to that. So it sucks because their products are good. I do love their protein powders and all that, but it's just the MLM kind of kills the business model. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, and now I'm going into YouTube. I recently got monetized, so thank you for everyone who has been supporting me on my journey. And like my therapist and I have talked about this. Like the goal is maybe I do health and fitness full time because I'm really passionate about it. She talked about perhaps getting your personal training certification and training people. It's something I would love to do. If I somehow am able to live off of an income from YouTube, maybe it will happen for me, but it has to happen between now and the end of March. If not, I gotta head back into the trades because my goal is to really do this full time, get my certifications in personal training, get some kind of mindset training certification, and perhaps start a second channel and start making workout videos for people and making workout programs and turning this into an entire full-time gig. That is my passion. That is my goal. It is still my goal and I'm going to pursue it. However, I probably need to go back into the trades in order to help support myself and my family. But the good news about going back to the trades is that we know come winter time, everyone's going to be laid off. So I'm going to assume I'm going to be laid off. If I'm not laid off, I'm going to go to school. And during that period, I'm going to take time off and do YouTube again full time. And hopefully something gives and I'm able to make this my lifestyle. We'll see. But you guys being here, watching my videos, liking my videos, supporting me. I see you guys on Instagram and on Facebook and just like helping my journey. It really helps me out a lot because I just want to learn how to add value to you guys. I just want to help people in a way that I know, in a way that I've struggled with, because I know how it is to struggle so much with, you know, just feeling stuck mentally, with being significantly overweight, being in chronic pain, dealing with finances. If I can like help heal myself, I can help heal the world. So that is really my passion in life. And if it wasn't, I wouldn't be uploading videos for 2 years on YouTube without a cent. Many people give up on this YouTube journey because they're thinking, you know, oh, I can do this, I can do that. No, you gotta find something you're passionate about. There are gonna be times where you're gonna be broke, you're gonna be struggling financially, but if you're still uploading videos and you're still putting out content, that means it is something you truly are passionate about. And I'm passionate about health and fitness. I'm passionate about personal development, self-love, just people working on themselves, because in order to create world peace, we have to create inner peace, and it all starts with the individual and just spreading love within so we can spread it throughout. And that is my mission in life. I really want to do it. I don't know, I thought about being the next Oprah. You know, go into motivational speaking. That's also a goal of mine. I really want to do it, the next Oprah, but really fit. Consistently fit. I'm not shaming her or anything, because she struggled with her weight. She's been up and down and up and down, and it's something I really want to show people that it can be done, especially in this day and age with the fast food environment. People are stressed to the nines with everything going on in the world, but I want to show people that no matter how hard it gets, you can overcome and you can achieve your goals. Anyway, that was a long answer to a question. I appreciate the question. Thank you so much for asking. And let's jump into my haul and what I bought from Walmart. All right, we got the food side and we got the health and beauty side. Let's start with the food. I got some seaweed snacks. These are really good because they're basically pure fiber, and they're 25 calories a pack. The only carb in it is 1 carb of fiber. So they help keep me full and satiated, and they make me feel satisfied. I don't know. They satisfy my binging urges, if you know what I mean, quote unquote, because they're low-calorie dense foods. You're eating voluminous foods with less calories. So yeah, I usually have 4 of these for 100 calories. Good snack. Then I got some tomatoes on the vine. This is going to be mixed with my zucchini. I had 2 zucchinis sitting in the fridge for a while, so I'm going to make some vegetable dishes today, and you guys will see that. So there's that. I am also going to make some asparagus. So I bought some asparagus at Walmart. Very powerful vegetable. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to boil it, maybe air fry it. Boil and air fry. We'll see. I'll show you guys later. Then I got a random cucumber because that video, cucumba. I don't know if anyone has seen that video of that gentleman from South Africa that remixes videos. He's so talented, and there's this Jamaican guy, and he's talking about the importance of cucumba. It's funny because in Grenada, I'm Grenadian, which is in the Caribbean, we say cucumba, or my mom says cucumber, and Jamaica, they say cucumba. And me being Canadian, I say cucumber. But yeah, anyway, that's a weird tangent, but maybe I'll just eat that as a snack. Again, low calorie dense foods, because I don't have salad. Actually I might have some salad. Look who has returned to my life. Oh, spinach. I laid off of spinach after eating copious amounts of spinach because I bought a 1 kilogram bag. So I got this guy. Spinach seems to help to keep me full. I don't know what the heck is in this thing, but it really helps me on low calorie days. It just keeps me full and it just makes me shred. So we'll be having some spinach today. Maybe I'll have some for breakfast for sure. Then I got some mushrooms. I'm probably going to make that with some Brussels sprouts. So today, as you can see, I'm going to be getting in tons of vegetables. Beauty side, I am going to have an Epsom salt bath. We are going to use, is this Epsom salt? I don't even know if this is Epsom salt. Well, it says it's for soothing muscles. Let's see. I don't know. I'm assuming these are Epsom salts. I'm assuming they are. Whatever, but it smells so good. Dove had some at Walmart, so I bought a pack. I've been taking a lot of baths post-workout because my lower back has been bothering me and, you know, chronic pain issues, but it's all okay. I gotta be careful with that because of my form. Next, I got this bath foaming gel. Oh, it smells so good. It smells literally like that strawberry milkshake. I cannot wait to have this bath, so it's gonna be epic. Got a pair of eyelashes. This is the brand I get from Walmart. This is not really the style, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. There was another pair, but the lashes were so long, and I'm like, I don't know if I want that long lashes. But yeah, I'm still want to order the magnetic lashes on Amazon, but Amazon's a hassle for me because I live in a condo and I don't have an Albertan phone number, so I can't buzz anyone in. I have to send it to a post office, and it's just a headache. Until my in-laws get here from Toronto, I'll be shipping stuff to their house. And then I decided to get a multivitamin because my calorie levels have been low, and I just think it's important to get in those vitamins just to help my muscles. So yeah, that's my little haul. Anyway, I'm gonna put everything away, and then I am gonna have some cream of wheat and let that settle. Hopefully I can work out. I don't know. My stomach. Please don't throw up during your workout. I don't really throw up. The food just comes back up and I'm just like, oh. Well, I'm gonna have some cream of wheat and then let it settle for a bit and then jump into this leg day workout. Let's get it done.
Vamos a bailarlo, vamos a danzarlo. It's Ricky Baker on the beat, Es difícil disimular lo que pasa por mi mente cuando te tengo de frente, yeah. Esas ganas de tocar ese cuerpo lentamente, divertirnos malamente con tu piel. Baila hasta que la noche se acabe, bailamos salsa y reggaetón. Eres hermosa y a tu cuerpo lo sabe, que bailas con esa pasión. Si lo haces como eso lo mueves, yo me imagino eso en acción. Chicas, sé que tú tienes la clave, baila conmigo esta canción. Baila conmigo, tú no bailas con cualquiera. Hagamos de la fiesta nuestra cita en primavera. No estamos para acordarnos de tantos malos momentos, estamos para disfrutar y vivir una nueva.
Now that you guys saw my workout, I am not hungry. That's what happens. It's so weird. It's either if I fast and work out, I'm not hungry before, but when I eat before workout, then I'm hungry for hours after the workout. I mean, I'm not hungry for hours after the workout. It's very weird. So I'm kind of full. So I'm gonna go create an Epsom salt bath with the stuff I got earlier and hopefully get a hold of someone to get these muscles started. Because my right leg is fine, guys. My right leg can keep going. Just my left leg seizing up because it's not properly, there's no proper activation there. I need a super smart physiotherapist, and I had one back in Toronto. She just opened up her own clinic. Shout out to her. She's absolutely amazing. I love Natalie. But yeah, I really want to fly back to Toronto. Just one of the main reasons is to have her work on my body because she's super smart. She's really good. And my injury is very complex and not a lot of physios can figure it out. Like the physio I have now, she's helping me, but there's no solutions being brought, kind of. Like she's just kind of relieving the symptoms. Whereas with Natalie, my old physio, she taught me how to move. So we'll figure it out. Bo, what are you doing? Wanna be on camera? She's just looking at me downfundedly. So, you're such a good girl. Come here. Come. Oh, sweetheart. Let's see. Bo, you're the best dog in the world. You know that? Yeah, I can work out with her around because she's so well behaved. She just sleeps. Do you sleep when I work out? And then when I wear the sweat gel, you lick my legs? You like licking my legs? Yeah? You have to go outside? Okay, we'll let you outside, handsome girl, pretty girl. All right, I'm all showered. I'm all bathed up. soaked into the salt bath for a while and watched another wellness competitor that YouTube suggested to me. The YouTube algorithm is really good. Like, shout out to that. Like, when you get drenched in that algorithm, you're a winner. That's my goal. But yeah, I stumbled onto another wellness competitor and I just started watching her workout. So yeah, just before we jump into more questions, I'm going to share with you what I'm going to eat today, or what my plans is with my post-workout meal. So breakfast, I'm having anabolic French toast with 2 eggs. Total calories for breakfast is 571 calories with, you know, everything in there. I got 8 grams of butter, which is what I cooked the anabolic French toast with. I've got some egg whites in there, strawberries, and classic Dora syrup. Now, I ran out of my other low-calorie syrup, which was 1.4 calories per 60 milliliters. Epic. Dora is 35 calories per 60 milliliters, which isn't too bad. But after being spoiled with something that literally is a fraction of that amount, 1 calorie per 60 milliliter serving, I can have tons of those and still, you know, be in a caloric deficit. You kind of want to go back to the other one. So I'm going to go to Safeway and pick 2 of those up when I get the chance to. For now, I'm going to use Dora. I found it in the cupboard, so it must have been sitting there. So that is the plan. I also have a Premier protein shake in there, so I'm gonna have to get that in. And that would bring me to a total calories thus far of 879 calories for the day. So I'm gonna answer a question underneath my YouTube post. Question is, how tall are you? I am 5'8". Real answer is I'm actually 5'7 3/4", but when I got my driver's license, I told the AMA, I'm like, hey, I'm 5'7 3/4". They're just like, you're 5'8". I'm like, okay. And I told someone that. I remember talking to someone about that. I'm like, I'm 5'8". And then I'm like, well, I'm actually 5'7 3/4". And this person was like, oh, you sound like a dude trying to bring up your height. No, I don't care to bring up my height. I'm not that egotistical. Why do I care to bring up my height? I just say 5'8" because when I say 5'7 3/4", people look at me like I'm insane. And they correct me to 5'8". So I just say I'm 5'8". So I'm 5'8". Who knows, on a good day, 5'8". Maybe I had bad posture back in the day. I probably really did back when I was pushing almost 300 pounds. So I'm 5'8". Next question is, what are some of your fitness goals, small and long term? My first goal is to get to 180 pounds, which would give me a total loss of 102 pounds down. Yeah, I started off at 282 pounds. 102 pounds is a weird number, but I just want to hit 180. Back in the day, before I got injured, before I was a mother, before I went through what I went through, I used to go to the gym like 3 to 4 times out of the year just to lose 15 to 20 pounds. I would lose those 15 to 20 pounds and then I would stop going to the gym. It wasn't a lifestyle for me back then, and now it is. And I know now I have way more muscle than I did back in the day when I was walking around at my current goal weight. So, yeah, I think I'll probably look really, really muscular at 180 pounds just based on my bone structure. I've got a big back, I got big bones on my upper body here, and my legs just naturally gravitate to making muscle. So that is my short-term goal. My long-term goal is to set a physique-oriented goal. I would like to get into bodybuilding. I'm right now looking at the wellness division because I love that look. I love the strong legs, and my legs naturally, genetically, are muscular. Even when I was bigger, my legs still kind of held its muscle. It's weird. So I think wellness would be a great division for me. If not bodybuilding, maybe get into CrossFit or some kind of active sport just to keep me engaged into fitness and to keep myself challenged. So that is the goal. I have to get to it. Competing is very expensive, so I want to slowly transition my way into it. Perhaps when I return to the trades, I'll work, I'll save some money on the side, and eventually take some time to focus on, you know, my first bodybuilding competition and whatnot, because you got to get a coach, you got to get a posing coach, you got to get a bikini, you got to get shoes. All that stuff is expensive. Not to mention, while you're on your journey, the food, the supplements. I'm talking about natural supplements. I am not touching anything non-natural. I have lost my health. I value my health. And with my body, if I put anything into it, who knows how it can react, because I do have issues with my pancreas and my liver and my thyroid. So why would I do that to myself? So yeah, that is the goal. I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat, and then we'll answer some more questions. Cheers. So next question. Do you think binge eating is something we, brackets, who struggle with it, so people who struggle with binge eating, can overcome, or is it something that we'll struggle with for life? That is a great question. When it comes to binge eating, it is a result of patterns we developed either in our childhood or in our adulthood, and it's things we've been doing for a very long time. And as I said many times on my channel, it can take time for the brain to catch up to the physical changes of the body. So if binge eating is something you struggle with your entire life, it's something you're gonna have to check yourself with on the daily. Michelle McDaniel is a perfect YouTuber who is a perfect example of this. She struggled with binge eating all of her life, and then she, you know, transformed her body. She's jacked, she's fit. And even recently, she put on a few pounds, and she knows that she wasn't really tracking her calories right. So for her, she needs to track her calories in order to keep the binge eating at bay. And I'm probably going to be that person, because if I see something, I'll eat it, and I'll make up a story in my head being like, oh, it's not that much calories, when in reality it is. It's something that we are going to have to deal with for the rest of our lives. But I know that sounds daunting. With that being said, eventually these habits become automatic. You automatically self-check yourself. You automatically catch yourself when you realize you're eating too much, or maybe you put on a few pounds because of unhealthy binge eating habits. So it becomes automatic. It becomes, I want to say it becomes easier, but that's not the truth. It's just that you become stronger. You develop the mindset to adapt to the struggles with binge eating. Just like someone who's an alcoholic, or someone who struggles with drugs, or someone who struggles with the opposite eating disorder, they're going to have to check themselves on the daily and as often as possible. And like for me, right now I'm in a bout of therapy. I'll probably be going through another bout in a couple of years when there's more changes or what have you. So it's important to check yourself daily, and it is something we will definitely be struggling with. So yeah. Next question. When was the first time you ever tried to lose weight? What prompted it, and how did it go? Now, the first time I ever tried to lose weight, I remember this vividly. I was 11 years old. The doctor said we were overweight, or we were getting overweight. We were about 11. I was 11, and my sister is 3 years younger than me. She was 9. I was hitting 140 pounds, and I guess that was overweight for kids at the time. I didn't look overweight. I was big, but I guess the doctor was concerned because we put on weight very quickly at a certain amount of time. And I know why that happened, because I started cooking my own foods. I started cooking my own foods, and they were unhealthy foods. It was things like chicken strips. So at the time, there was a lot of trans fats in products, and it made it taste good and made it taste addicting. I would cook burgers, high fatty, trans fatty burgers, and I would cook it on my own because my mom, she's a single mom. I guess she was, overwhelmed or what have you. And I noticed my weight started increasing, and so did my sister's. And the doctor kind of put us on this regime where we would exercise for 30 minutes before eating and all that. What happened was my sister ended up with an eating disorder, an opposite one. She was hospitalized for not eating enough food. And for me, it didn't really help. Like, doctors do not know how to approach this, especially when it comes to kids. Nowadays, this was back in the early 2000s. Nowadays, I think there's better approaches to things. I like to hope there is, because then I think of the fat positive movement and I cringe. I've had experiences with that movement. Before it was called the fat positive movement, it was called the body positive movement. I guess it's still called that. And I remember I followed this really popular influencer from the UK, and she just made it like seem like it was okay to just eat copious amount of calories and gain weight. It's okay. It's, you know, it's fine. And I started believing that rhetoric, and I was around, you know, almost 300 pounds. And literally, I feel like the body positive community is for people who have given up on weight loss, who have given up on losing weight because it's too hard. And it's not hard, it's that they're not educated in how to really lose weight. They don't understand calories, they don't understand how to track, so they just give up. There's so much crap out there when it comes to weight loss, so I understand why people would give up. I get it. But you have to have the courage to make the decision not to give up. So that's my opinion about the body positive community. It's people that literally just gave up. And that's something I told myself I will never ever do. I will never ever give up on myself like that again, where I pushed nearly 300 pounds. Never. I've never want to see 282 on the scale. Heck, once I get under 100, I never want to see 200 on the scale. I want to stay in the ones and let that be. So, yeah. Next question. What is the story behind your loose skin? Pregnancy, fast weight loss, just genetics? Do you do anything special for it besides the waist trainer while you work out? So that was a number of questions. I'll answer the first one. The story behind my loose skin is that I do have it. I noticed it changes. The first time when I lost weight very quickly, I noticed I had way more loose skin, but I was on keto and I was starving myself of carbohydrates. Well, not starving, but I was eliminating carbohydrates. The goal was, when I went on keto, was to help fix my health ailments and obviously to lose weight, and it worked. But now that after going on keto, I put on 30 pounds and then I lost it, and now I'm sitting here at 213 pounds. My loose skin is there, but it's not as bad as it was when I first lost the 60 pounds and I was sitting at around 220 pounds. That's when I did the fast weight loss, and I freaked myself out when I saw the loose skin, and I don't know what happened there. So yeah, when it comes to my waist trainer, I do not use it for to shrink my loose skin. I just use it to keep it in place because it gets itchy and it gets googly. My loose skin gets itchy. I don't know why. It just gets so itchy when I work out. It's a weird thing. Next question. Do you think binge eating is glorified on YouTube? Is it triggering to see 10K calorie challenges, mukbangs, etc.? Well, I don't like seeing these 10K calorie challenges. Let me tell you the truth here. When it comes to that, I don't watch it. I commented on Molly May's video, and she said, you know, she got a lot of comments about how she talks about how she's eating bad this day and about calories, and people were telling her that she should put a trigger warning on her videos. It is our responsibility to deal with our own problems. We do not put that on other people. We are individuals. Take responsibility for your own action. I struggle with binge eating, yes? I am not going to watch a 10K challenge calorie video. I've never seen one. I never want to see one. I maybe briefly saw one when I was watching a video on Greg Doucette doing one on Nikocava avocado. I can't watch it. I'm not going to watch it. Yes, it's triggering, and I just avoid it. It's all about consuming content that will help you, content that will uplift you. If you're consuming any content out there that makes you feel less than, it is your responsibility to stop consuming it and not to blame that content creator. You know, we're all adults here, most of us. YouTube does have kids, but we're all adults here, so we got to take responsibility for our actions. Next question. How will you or the therapist decide when therapy is done, its job, or is complete? That is a good question. The way I'm going to decide that is basically I don't know. It's a feeling, you feel like you're ready, you feel like you have the tools, and kind of like the therapist guides you in that. Or in certain cases, you will be like, I don't need therapy anymore. So it's a decision that you will come to as you gradually progress in therapy. I know I will probably do this, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe for the entire year. I'm definitely spacing out my sessions. So it means that I am adapting and I'm learning. So when the time is done, it's done. But I'm going to make sure I'm in a good head space for that to happen, and that I'm able to sustain myself without the help. Right now, I need the help. So we're going to have therapy for a while. Next question. Is there food you didn't used to like that you like now? Yes, I hated vegetables. I hated vegetables. I hated Brussels sprouts. Oh, Brussels sprouts were gross. When my mom would make them, I'd be like, they smell like breath. They just smelled so gross. Now I'm in love with them. I hated mushrooms. I hated spinach. I hated everything green pretty much. Every vegetable. Now I love veggies. So it's a win. There's no vegetable I can think of that I don't like. No, I love vegetables now. So yeah, I used to hate vegetables a lot. And I used to hate whole wheat everything. I liked white bread and everything like that. So yeah. Number 6, what is your favorite song to listen to at the moment? Right now, I don't really have a favorite song. I have playlists on my Spotify, and I either bounce between my motivational talk playlist from Your World Within, who I absolutely adore, or my movie soundtrack playlist where I listen to theatrical music, or I'm listening to reggaeton, or I'm listening to island vibe music, so soca, calypso, all that kind of stuff. So I rotate between that. Oh yeah, and then when we're on long drives, we listen to country. Worst date. My worst date ever was when I was younger, and I don't know, I met this guy randomly in public, and I decided to go on a date with him. And it was so bad. We had nothing to talk about. I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I never want to date again. And he was older than me. I seemed to attract older people when I was younger. I always had older boyfriends. It was weird. Never anyone younger. Next, has a girl ever had a crush on you? Not that I know of. I don't know of any girls that have crushes on me, but if you do, let me know. I'll send you some love. But yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, I'm not really aware when people have crushes on me. I'm weird. I'm very weird. Like, I think I have a hint, and then I'm like, oh, that's in my head. They don't like you, and it turns out they might actually like me, and I tell a story to my friend, and I'm like, they like you, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm clueless. Anyway, that was a long Q&A. I still have about 2 more questions to answer, but I'm gonna head to the park and get this dog exercised. Hey everyone, it's the next morning. I last left you guys off in the car answering a few questions. Now I'm gonna do a review of what I ate yesterday, because this is like a combination of what I eat in a week video or what I eat in a day video, slash my workout, slash everything I do. Might as well combine it into one as I answer your questions. So after I went on a walk with the dog, a very cold walk at the park, we just spent 20 minutes because I was freezing. I had a seaweed snack while I was cooking some spinach and mushrooms, which is absolutely delicious. As I was waiting for that to cook, I also had a grenade protein bar. And then for dinner, I had 150 grams or 145 grams. I remember it was 145 grams, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I had that amount of rice, of brown rice. I also mixed in the spinach and the mushrooms, oh so good. And then I had some chicken thighs, which I'm currently cooking now because I ran out. Chicken thighs are my lifesaver. I buy it from Costco, boneless, skinless, and lean. They cut out the fat and they remove the bone. So it's pretty much like having chicken breast, but more flavorful. I'm a huge fan of chicken thighs. I love it. Just cooks well, and I just saute it up in a pan. I love cooking them in those kind of, what do you call it, stir fry pans. I just think it's easier. It doesn't spill everywhere on the stove and it heats around evenly. So I love doing that. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. It's now 9 a.m. in the morning. I haven't worked out, but I just got to get this cooking and finish up this video. But before I do that, I got to tell you the calories I ate. So yesterday, I ended up consuming 1,526 calories, so that is a win. My macros were as follows. Oh, carbs was the highest macro. Boo, but it's okay, because I lost weight. It was 39% carbs at 153 grams of carbs, which is my absolute limit, so that's good. 35% protein and 26% fat. So I need to work on my protein intake. What happened there? What happened there? We'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm going to answer the last two questions of this Q&A. All right, the next question is, what workouts do you recommend for a beginner? I lost 30 pounds counting calories and walking, but I've hit a plateau. I want to start working out and building muscle, but I don't know where to start. Okay, so this is how I did it. I basically started by following people through a fitness app. I first started with Beachbody because they had a lot of HIIT workouts and a lot of muscle building workouts mixed out in them. With that being said, there's so much content on YouTube now. I've switched over to YouTube and working with Marcela Reyes and other people because there's so much content on there. So if you want to start building muscle, it is important to put in strength training at least 3 times a week to start off with. Maybe start off at 2. Focus on having an upper body day, a lower body day, and then the third one can be a full body day. So you're working all the muscles in the body. Caroline Gervin is great for that. Her workouts are challenging though. She does have a beginner series for Epic Endgame. I can throw out my friend who I'm actually watching right now, Find Fitness with Sharon. She's got a lot of beginner strength training workouts. And Kirsten Quickfit is another great person who you can check out their channel. She's really good with her strength training exercises, those two content creators. And when you do that, you gotta make sure you're lifting every other day. So what I like to do, maybe when I first started, was like Monday was upper body day, and then Tuesday I did, the basic things I would do, walking or basic cardio, and then Wednesday was lower body day, and then skip, and then Friday was a full body day. So you want that rest in between to give your muscles enough time to recovery, and the days that you're recovering, you want to put in some cardio, because cardio is how you burn fat, and weightlifting helps you burn fat by boosting your metabolism, and it strengthens you, so you shape your body in that sense. So it's important to plan this. I like to do monthly calendars. Maybe you can start off with weekly calendars. I have videos in the past on creating how I create my workout calendars. So it's important to plan. So you can easily just search through YouTube, find certain workouts you want to do. I mentioned a couple of those content creators. Just search and kind of make yourself a calendar that way. That is the free way to do it. Or you can get like a fitness app that does it for you. So yeah, you'll learn. Just, planning is key, and stick to it, and you'll just see yourself grow. All right, the next question is about self-care, binging, and motivation to overcome it. So the question is, what did you do in the beginning? What you are doing now for the binge feelings, and how to search out someone to talk to help overcome your struggles with binging. In the beginning of this journey, I knew I had to focus on transforming my thoughts, transforming my feelings about myself, stop putting myself down. So I purposely worked on that through usually using content on the internet. I listened to motivational speakers like Your World Within. He's got a great channel. He mixes music with spoken word. I listen to him on the daily just to set my intentions, set my moods. There's another person I listen to, Kenneth Suarez. He's got powerful affirmations about overcoming things. There's Louise Hayes, who's the founder of Hay House. She's passed away, but she's left a legacy of stuff. She's got a lot of content on YouTube. So the first thing is that you have to counter out those thoughts by consuming content or reading things that help you overcome that. Like, start your personal development journey. There are tons of books out there that can help you overcome things. Like, if you're struggling with binging, there's a great book that a lot of people recommend. I have not read it, but people talk about Brain Over Binge, and just consuming things and following people who are doing the things you want to do. That's the first step. And then once that happened, I imprinted that in my brain, and then I started setting a routine with self-care. I would wake up, meditate. This morning I did a 30-minute chakra meditation. It's been a while since I've done a meditation that long. I usually do 10-minute meditations, but I did a long meditation just to help reset my intentions, because I woke up this morning with a lot of doubt. And when it comes to self-care, it has to be done on the daily. It needs to be maintained, because those weeds of doubt, insecurities, self-sabotage, and negative self-talk is always going to be there. The goal is for us to counter those thoughts with positive thoughts, with positive affirmations. It's not to neglect those thoughts and push them away, because everything we feel, every emotion we feel is warning us about something. It's about being with it and not running away from it. When you run away, that's when they magnify. So being with it and telling it, I hear you, but that is not the case. That is just fear speaking. We will overcome. I am good enough. I am worthy. I am worthy to overcome these obstacles. I'm worth the fight. I'm worth staying disciplined. So it's about counteracting that, and it's a process. Everyone's going to do this individually. This is how I did it. Now, in order to find help for binging, I basically went through a mental health organization similar to BetterHelp here in Canada, and they gave me a profile of a bunch of therapists that I can look through. And the way I found my therapist is that I read it, and she specializes in disordered eating, specializes in, emotional intelligence, and a whole bunch of things that I was like, okay, I need that. So the goal is to find an organization with a bunch of therapists that you can, look over their profiles and see which one connects with what you're struggling with. That's how I did it. And now how I overcome binging, there's a great example in my last video of me going through a thought process of overcoming binging. I'll link it below with the timestamp so you know where to look through it. And it's a battle on the daily. It's a battle. But the most important thing about binging is to be prepared. Be prepared. Like right now, I'm cooking a bunch of vegetables. Why isn't that working? Oh, it is. One of my stove burners I guess the fuse is out, so sometimes it stops working. But right now, before I even get up, I'm cooking a bunch of vegetables. I have some zucchini here and tomatoes cut up, and I'm gonna saute that in a bit. It's so important with binge eating to have your meals prepared, because when you go in the fridge to eat and there's nothing there, you're gonna freak out and you're gonna panic. So preparation is key. Monitoring your thoughts is key. I have an emotional food journal. If I can find my diary here, or my journal, let me grab it. So right here, I have an emotional food journal right there, and I didn't fill it out completely, but there's the first log. I'll zoom on it closely, and it's set up like this: time, craving, emotional or state, and why. And I actually found this template on YouTube. I just saw a therapist online that was teaching other therapists on how to help their patients overcome binge eating. So I was like, you know what, let me learn this on how they do it, and that's how I found this little journal. So every time before I eat, I just look at the time, and then I start eating. I make sure I eat slowly. I take my time. There's no distractions. I'm not on my phone. I'm not watching TV. It's important to do this at first so you can connect with yourself while you're consuming food, because when we struggle with binging, there are thoughts that are happening that trigger emotions, and then those emotions take over, and that's when we spiral down the rabbit hole of eating so much food and overeating. So it's so important to take it slow, feel the food, taste the food in your mouth, and really it's enjoyable, because then instead of like, you know, eating the food quickly and just swallowing, you're taking your time and you're tasting it. And when you do that, you're actually mindfully eating, and there's meditation going on there. So then while you're doing that, you can be aware of thoughts. Like, I caught myself in a moment when I was doing this, like I was freaking out and panicking that there would be no food, but that is an unrealistic thought. So I kind of countered that and checked myself. So I eat, mark the time it takes how long for me to eat, and then I talk about my thoughts, or I journal my thoughts about it, and it really helps me bring awareness. When it comes to binging, awareness is key, because when we binge, we are the opposite of awareness. We are being completely unaware. We are in a state of mindlessness, and we are not focusing at all on what's going on. So the first thing to do with binging is to focus on what you are doing, and to prepare yourself, and to get help, because it is hard, because everyone goes through individual triggers with binging. Yes, it's one blanket like disorder, but everyone handles it or has different triggers differently. We're all complex. So that's where the therapist comes in. And you know, if you find a therapist and you're not satisfied with them, don't be afraid to find a new one, because therapy, you have to make sure you find a therapist that clicks. I was very lucky in that I found someone that clicks, and you can be lucky too. It's not impossible to do so. You just have to be, you know, just do your research, take your time, and I hope you find someone that can help you. Anyway, thank you so much for all of these questions, everyone. I appreciate you guys asking these questions. If you have any more questions for me, feel free to drop it in the comments and below, and perhaps I'll do another Q&A in the future. If you made it this far into the end of the video, make sure you type in the words, I can and I will, because you can and you will overcome whatever obstacle is in your path. And I encourage you to hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and come join me on this journey of being better, doing better, and becoming better. We are here to overcome. We are here to create the life that we know is possible, because we can do it. Send you guys mad love. Bye.